Yo, what's going on, world? It's your boy Naji from Cigar Talk. And today, I got a very special guest, man. Seated to my right. Y'all already know what this is, man. Come on, we've been Bomb Squad for a long time. I got my man, Mr. Deontay Wilder.
Everything's good.
Brother? How you living?
Yeah, man, I'm living beautifully, you know what I mean? I love and serve God. Yeah. And I pray every day. So with that being said, man, you all my good days outweigh my bad, so I ain't complaining. Hello.
Yeah, that's a fact. Listen, we out here in Dubai right now, you know what I'm saying? The IBA has a beautiful weekend worth of stuff, man. Talk about that. I saw you on the stage today. Talk about the IBA real quick and just the importance of what they're doing.
Man, it's been amazing what the IBA is doing, you know, especially for amateur boxing. That's what I'm most impressed about. Yeah. You know, they got this tournament going on with these amateurs, and the top prize is 300K, bro. Yeah. I don't think you heard me.
300.
300K.
Yeah, especially for amateur.
What?
Yeah, that's a lot.
You understand me?
Y'all wasn't making nothing.
We weren't making shit. No, I mean, you probably get a stipend of $5,000 or something like that. You know what I mean? That's when you join it. That's when you fight and get on the team, and then you know you still got to go through that. But them boys were blowing through that money. Time they get it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was like their father. You know what I'm saying? Because it was me. I was one of the oldest. Well, I was one of the old. It was another guy older than I, and I was second behind him. Okay. But you know what I mean? So, and then everybody else, you know, way younger than us or whatever. So I'm up there trying to put these guys on how to micromanage their money, taxes, and all that. Yeah. So it won't bite them in the butt when it's all over with. Because, you know, at that point in time, they're foolish. You know, I'm gonna get this money. I ain't got to pay rent or nothing like that. We living in the dorms in Colorado, so, you know, all that's spending money. You know what I mean? And some of them would get it and spend, you know, $5,000 or so in one day. You know what I mean? Or in 2 days or whatever. Right. Because they didn't know how to micromanage their money. And I'm like, yo, bro, this ain't free. You know you're going to have to pay taxes on it, right? You're right. But, you know, they wasn't listening. They weren't hearing. And after everything said and done, that shit came back up on them. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Do you remember those days? Like, do you ever, like, reminisce on, like, you as, you know, the amateur before you were pro and even Olympics? I know I had Gary Russell on my live stream, and he said, y'all used to be cool.
Oh,
he
that
said,
was my dog.
He said, y'all was running around the Olympic Village.
What?
Like, he said, yo, that was my wingman. We used to be running around back then, man.
Man, we had so much, man, Gary had so much fun. You know, because I was right here and he was right here. Right. You know, at first, you know, we had roommates and stuff like that because going to the Olympic Training Center, you have other Olympians there and stuff like that. People come and go all the time. And at that moment in time, it was full there. So we had to buddy up with each other. I had Michael Hunter, which is
Michael Hunter,
one of my guys as well. And shout out, bro. And we had it down in the room, you know what I mean? And it was a good time. And then once certain people started leaving there, they issued us our own dorm rooms, which I love that because I love my own space. I don't like to share with no one or whatever. You know, I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it. At the time, you know what I'm saying, I want to be the only one to know what I'm doing. Right. Because we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, he said, yo, that was my wingman. We was outside.
Hey, bro, we had so much fun. We had so much fun, man. And I definitely reminisce about those times and stuff. Because, you know, when you go around certain things or you're able to have a major accomplishment of things, I mean, you would just want to live and enjoy it, and, you know what I mean, and be able to, most of all, meet great people and make great memories. Yeah. You know what I mean? And all of my Olympic brothers, because we call each other brothers, that's how tight we was, man. We had a lot of fun, you know what I mean? And especially me and Gary being across from each other. Yeah. You talk about the women were coming in.
Yeah, he was telling me stories, Gary. Yeah, that sounds like fun, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
That's all I'm gonna leave you with. I ain't gonna tell you.
Yeah, for sure. All right, but hold up. Listen, we was here, like I said, we here in Dubai. Y'all was on the stage yesterday. You and Chisora had the face. That shit look. I was excited about that.
Man,
I like that.
Better be because that's real. That's real. That could be a real fight. I wasn't. You know what? I was like, yo, you know what? Let him be the warm up to the Usyk fight.
I like that.
I love that because Derick, if you know Derick and you're a fan of Derick, you know he's not a pushover. Man, you're not just going to bully him. You feel me? Sure. The mentality that he has an alpha male mentality. And when you go up against another alpha male, it's a problem. It's like two gorillas going. You know what I mean? We fighting over that Miss gorilla right there. Right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no pussy, so I'm
right. We gotta go. We gotta. Somebody gonna die today. You know what I'm saying? Nah,
so you know, when he came up, I ain't know what what he was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I understand that what business I'm in. This is a business, and it's a protect yourself at all times. You know what I mean? In this business, you have so many different characters that come from so many different places. So you don't know what they are capable of. We all got background stories now. We all have done some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me and my brother right here talk about stuff all the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so with Derick, when he came up and he basically sized me up. You know what I mean? He put his forehead against mine and started pushing. I'm like, hold up, bro.
Yeah.
What you think this is, man?
Yeah.
So I had to show him as well, and it started to get a little bit out of control. And then I seen the security.
Couple little pushing and all that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then they started running up. So, but that's a good start for, whatever may happen. So I called my manager. He heard about it. His manager on the phone. They got on the phone.
I think I saw him in another interview later that day, say something like, yo, we was trying to set up a fight in December, but I guess you got the Usyk call. So he was like, yo, I don't know what's going on with that. So y'all were originally supposed to get it going?
Yeah, he was another fighter we was in conversation talking. I mean, to be honest, that shit, man, it was in the right direction. You know what I mean? We was talking about maybe 90% done. You know what I'm saying? Get ready to rumble and have a good time and a little fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was gonna be good. I was very excited about it, and then bam.
Yeah.
I got my card pulled.
Right. Hold up. So how did you feel when you heard that? Like when he said your name, they did some interview. They was like, "Yo, who you want next?" And he said Deontay Wilder.
Right. I mean, when I got the call and from my managers there and heard about it, I was like,
Oh, you want to? You right away?
Goddamn pacing, cause we all on the phone. Gonna start pacing and stuff. I tell people, I probably burnt a hole in my floor because of pacing up and down. So much stuff going through my head. What date it is? Where we gonna be at? I got to get ready to go. Start training camp because that's a time-consuming thing. Getting all the different fighters that's gonna resemble what he's gonna do, or we're gonna predict what he's gonna do, and try to get fighters that can emulate the things and the moves of him. So that takes time as well. Camp takes a good time of trying to piece up the right people for it, because you can go wrong in that area just having the wrong peoples in camp. You know what I mean? Some people just think, oh, it's sparring, just sparring. Nah, you gotta have the right people. And then that's another thing that's competition as well.
What you mean?
Getting the best heavyweight for you.
Oh, to come spar.
Because I may want you to. You may be the perfect fit for me fighting Joey. You may be the perfect guy. I need you.
Yeah.
But my money might not be like his money.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
And he can probably get you. And if our money is good between each other, now it's all about who getting who first. You know what I'm saying? So we battle.
It's competitive with.
For sure, all of it. We battle with what type of sparring partners gonna come to the camp and stuff like that. And then you got certain sparring partners that just wanna come. They're ready to get that phone call for you to come. So you'll be good in that area as well. But it's so much deal with boxing. There's so much to focus on, to worry about. I mean, it's a business. It's truly a business. It's not a sport. And I don't know why people call it a sport. But you go by the terminology.
Yeah.
If you knew better, you do better.
Yeah, for sure. But what you think about Usyk though? Because obviously, some people say, "Yo, this guy's one of the greatest all time," and this and that. Do you feel like that? Like when you see his game, knowing who you are and seeing what it is, do you also feel like that?
I don't think he's the greatest of all time.
I don't either, but they say that. You heard? I know.
Well, they're probably his fans, and that's what they're supposed to say. You know what I'm saying? If you're a fan, at least whether you're a diehard, a day one, or whatever you want to call it.
Or they say greatest heavyweight. They saying he won. He probably that's they say.
That's his people. Then that's probably a lot of people from Ukraine and stuff like that. And then if it's not, it's very few. That's gonna be around to say that. But a lot of people don't understand boxing. They don't understand what they see. You know what I mean? A lot of fans don't know what they see, what they're seeing and watching. They just think, oh, we just train and we go in there and fight. And it's gonna be a winner, loser, or a draw or something like that for sure. But they don't know the structure, the fundamentals, the real things that you have to do in this business to get a certain place or make fights or make things happen. Boxing is one of the most difficult businesses in the world because it has no structure. You know what I mean? So I can do a deal with you right now, but do a deal on the table, in the same time. You feel me? His name was under the table. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm gonna get 2 checks.
Yeah.
I can get it from you, and
Get
I'll
the
be
under
right
the.
back. You feel
Right.
me? Because it's like that had to happen to me before.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what? Man, I'm talking about with another promoter.
Man, I know you experienced a lot of shit in
So
this
much
business,
shit.
brother.
They don't want me here.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't. They tried to kill me already.
What you mean?
I put it in my documentary, in my movie.
When is that coming?
I don't know yet.
We need that. We wanna know that though.
It's coming though because I got a lot of proof and a lot of things. You know, I tell people, I put it like this. I tell anything that I've said, I got proof of it. You know what I mean? Anything that I tell people, I risk my life for a living.
Yeah.
Why the hell I want to lie?
You literally do.
You understand me?
Yeah.
What I'm gonna lie about? I'm a warrior. What I'm gonna lie about? And there's a lot of guys that's in the business that will lie. You know what I mean? About not fighting and stuff. Especially that's number one. Who wants to fight who and who really don't want to fight who? You know, if I'm a fighter, you a fighter, you ain't gonna come out and say I'm scared of him.
Right.
I ain't gonna come out and say I'm scared of you. Because I know what it's gonna be with the public, with the media, with all that stuff like that. You know what I mean? Unless you just truthful and you just honest with yourself. You're comfortable with yourself, with your skin, and you ain't worried about what nobody else say. See, I don't worry about what people say about me because I live in my truth. I always tell people my truth is your excuse. You know what I'm saying? Because they always, he's just an excuse. It's an excuse. They had this.
My truth
nah,
is your
my
excuse.
truth
I
is
like
your
that.
excuse. I'm sleeping good at night because what did it say? The truth will set you free.
Right.
I'm free.
Right.
I got wings and I ain't drunk Red Bull. You know what I mean? So so when I say things in the business or anything I've said, it's the truth. You know what I mean? And it's just a dangerous business, but I love being in this business. You know what I mean? Because although it's dangerous, and it'll take a lot from you. You know what I mean? Not only just years off of you with your body and stuff like that. You gotta keep it in shape, but you know, it'll change your life as well. It'll change my life 3 times. I'm looking forward to the 4th time.
How do you obviously like you have a love for this sport that we doing or business, you know what I'm saying, that you in. Do you still feel like, are you in your prime? Do you still feel like prime Deontay?
I'm in my prime now. See, the thing about me, what people don't understand, I started boxing very late. Not late, but very. I started at 21, bro.
Right.
A lot of people already, when I got into the thing.
was already done.
Man, I got criticism coming in this thing, you know what I'm saying? Day one. You know, so my skin always had to be tough. I always had to be tough, but my skin always been tough just growing up. I had to learn that lesson early, and it was instilled in me as well because I knew that I was a black man with dark skin. That's a double whammy. People don't understand being black with dark skin.
Right.
Shit.
Right.
You know about that.
Yeah, you gotta go through it.
You know what I'm talking about?
You know that.
You ain't getting no opportunities.
Yeah.
And it's sad that the world is like that. That you know what I mean. Not it ain't based off our character or our content. It ain't based off of our work. Our work. Shit. It ain't based off our skill of being able to be a hard worker, a work ethic, having. It's sad that we can be judged by the color of our skin and not get an opportunity just because of how you look and what color that is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, because if I was a little bit shade lighter,
Look, if you was light skinned,
you know what I mean? I would have had it. You know what I'm saying? But I had to kick through the doors, which what made life even more interesting.
Yeah.
It wasn't a easy path. It wasn't an easy life for me. I love a challenge throughout life. I don't want nothing given to me. I want to know what kind of adversity I can go through or persevere through a lot of little things or whatever. You know what I mean? Life has been hard just being who I am, but I'm glad that I had to go through to get to.
Yeah, you're right.
You understand me?
For sure.
I had to go through to get to.
Now, all right, let me ask you this, because this is me, and I say this respectfully. This is me as a fan.
Yes,
I've
sir.
been watching you. I watched your whole career. I've been to a lot of your fights as well.
You said respectfully?
Yeah,
Be
respectfully.
careful what you say. What's
I know,
up?
that's what I'm saying. Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? If you punch me, we have to go here, Nick. I'm going to sue everybody. But I mean, because I just feel like your style, I don't want to say changed, but from Marc Breland to Malik Scott, and this is just me, I feel like the Marc Breland era was just more, I don't know, raw, but like the aggression was just, you had a certain type of aggression. And I feel like Malik kind of brought he tried to instill more skills to where it looked like you were thinking more and trying to set up things a little differently. And I don't know. I just think there's like a difference between Marc and Malik. Do you feel that way? Like, have you ever analyzed it in that way?
I've analyzed it, and I looked at a lot of things and analyzed a lot of things in a lot of different ways and stuff like that to be truthful with myself. You know what I mean? They say when you're going through things, if you're an addict or whatever, you do shit, you lie all the time, and you don't want to accept accountability for certain things. They say the first step to recovery is admission. You know what I mean? Admitting that this is the things that's going on, admitting, you got to fix this, admitting, accountability for yourself and your actions and stuff like that. And I'm a man that whatever I do or I get into and it don't work, and I can accept the failures. I can accept what comes my way because I can live to see another day, and I can prepare to perfect what I'm weak in and what I failed in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of course, you're gonna get steam from other people that come in and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you're a person that go by sticks and stone may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. You know what I mean? And you true to that because sometimes that saying is not true.
Right.
Words can stab.
Yeah.
You feel me? It can hurt so bad. But you got to be a strong-minded person that be like, words don't hurt me. Yeah. Because whatever you say don't apply to me. How can you have some type of reaction to something that don't apply to you? You know what I mean? And this is, as human beings, we get so sensitive all the time and stuff when people say so. It's just like, if I say something and I know what I'm talking about, I'm like, oh, you just say you ignorant as hell.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Just saying ignorant.
Just saying it.
You feel me? Ignorant. You just don't have. You lacking information up there. That's
just
it.
don't know.
But because of how you say it, it's just like being a comedian.
Yeah.
What makes a comedian funny is not only how his appearance is, but how he delivers the joke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just the same way. Sometimes we may say certain things, you ignorant here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That shit right there, like, what?
Yeah,
They're
what
like,
you trying to say?
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What I say?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
You just got to lack of knowledge. But that different thing, that don't hurt. Like, words don't hurt me, and I can take in consideration of what people say because I may not have seen it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why we got therapists and sports psychologists and stuff that help people because they're professional enough to be able to make you see certain things in a different way that you ain't never seen it before. You know what I mean? So with all that being said, to come back to the question, to answer your question is I don't feel that way. I don't feel, I had Marc, of course. Everybody's different. Everybody trains different. Everybody got a certain way to throw the jab, throw the right hand, throw the hook and stuff like that. I don't think Malik came in and tried to change nothing about me. He didn't. We had many discussions, and he ain't trying to change nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The only thing what happened is what people don't understand is mentally I was done, bro. Physically, my body was still there, but mentally, it wasn't there no more. Because of the betrayal and the things that I've been through. And if you understand betrayal that you've been through, it hurt 10 times worse than a heartbreak. Yeah. And then, heartpee will have your ass not eating.
Bad, nigga. I done had,
you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Got a shit, don't want to get up. Pee, you want to hold your pee a little bit longer. And stuff. So imagine all that, but then you have betrayal. And betrayal, it's a feeling that you can't even describe. But I think because of the certain levels of how a person is close to you would make it worse. And with these people, they was from the least closest all the way down to the number 1 and 2 closest people of me, stealing from me, manipulating me, lying to me, stabbing me in my back, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm a giver. I've never been a taker. I don't know what it is to receive nothing, take nothing from somebody. But I'm a giver, and the ones that got great hearts always be the ones that get taken advantage of and stuff. Yeah. And sometimes you just got to know how to stop the bleeding, And after 2 therapists and a sports psychologist, I got it.
Hey, tell me about that process, because I've had to be in places in my life where I needed to go to therapy where it's like, I need help figuring shit out, right? Like, your thoughts are all over, and obviously, like, 1 minute you on top of the world.
Yep.
Obviously the Fury fights and all of that.
Yep.
And I've heard a bunch of boxers say like, yo, when you lose, people change around you or different things.
Yeah.
What was that like? Like, I guess the things you were going to the point where you like, I gotta go see somebody. I gotta go get some help and kind of get my mind together.
I didn't want. Sometimes you don't want to accept what you may think you know. You know what I mean? Because you're in a situation where, or you in many times, you have been in a situation many times to the point where like, I'm strong enough, my mind is strong, I can get through anything. You giving yourself that self-talk, that self-motivation, that self-confidence, like we gonna get through this, it's gonna be good. But this situation I was in, I've never been in this space. I've never been in this place to understand it, because I felt like if you say you love me and I say I love you, then we connected.
Locked in.
We locked. You I'm not gonna see you. I can't fathom seeing you doing something to me, and you should feel the same way about me. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, I steal from you. You got me on your house, eating with your kids. I'm spending the night over your shit.
Right.
When you go to sleep, that's when I go in your refrigerator.
That's crazy.
And eat your food.
Right.
I probably eat your favorite snack that you got in there.
Not the Oreos.
I'm getting it, and I'm gonna get your milk. You know what I'm saying?
Not the milk and cookies.
I might get a bowl of cereal.
Right.
Some, and you don't even know. Every now I'm in your shit. I'm already dealing with y'all, and then I got a little hungry. I'm gonna get me some. And you just sneaking and doing stuff, and you know what I'm saying? You don't find out. And then all of a sudden, one day, you find out certain things. Not only just the things I said, but other things that you didn't even, you didn't discover. Right. Just like one point in time, man, my brother was stealing from me. You know what I'm saying? He was
your own brother, your real brother.
Fucking brother, bro.
Damn.
Was stealing from me heavily. Everything I did for this dude, you gotta understand, I took care of him for over 30 years of his life. I am the breadwinner of the family.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everything he had, from cars to houses, and even in the boxing career, to get on everything I done for him, he got an excuse, a validation of why it happened to him. And it's crazy excuses too. You'll look at him and make you want to slap him from saying that stupid answer.
Right.
Like, boy, you need to. But I think he got PTSD or something like that, or CTE.
Yeah.
Because he used to play football and stuff, and I see him he's highly depressed because he didn't make the league, because he learned the lesson firsthand of it's all about who you know and not what you know.
Right. That's hard. I mean, but how did you deal with that? Because to think, like you said, I'm the breadwinner in my family. I've helped my brother. I can't even imagine no shit like that where it's like my brother. Like,
own brother,
like when you found that out, where were you? Were you angry? Were you sad? Were you just like, I need to talk to somebody? Like, where were you when you found that out? Like, mentally, I mean.
I was done for. You know what I mean? Mentally, it's like, I'm my brother's keeper. That's my youngest brother. I always took care of my family. I've always took care of. Dude he lived with me for many, many, many years. I would cook for him like he was my son every day traditionally. He used to have to ask if he wanted to bring people over, girls and shit like that. And for years, when you have younger siblings, it's just like if you got kids, they'll always be your babies.
Yeah.
That's my baby.
Right,
You know what I mean? You be 30 years old, that's my baby.
Right.
50 years old, that's my baby.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's how you look at them. You know what I mean? Even when you have younger siblings, I'm like, damn, that's my little brother. They're always going to be my little brother. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you look at it. No matter how old they get, you looking at that. And when I'm looking at them, I'm like, damn, I never thought out of all the people, you two motherfuckers, you did this. Out of all the things I've done from you, you forgot I'm the motherfucker that used to save you from eating soap. I'm the one that used to put your pampers back on when you used to take them off because you wanted to be naked. Freak yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so many different things that were going through my head of reminiscing and like, damn, how because I'm trying to do the math in my head. I ain't no mathematician, but like, damn, this should be, how is this possible? How is all the love for so many years put in that I've saved you, I've helped you with things. He supposed to have more kids than he have. He probably have at least 5 kids.
Right.
He got 2 now. I ain't talked to him in a while, and that bridge is burnt. You understand me? And I just couldn't imagine. So my mind was like, I'm just calculating all the things. But with that, just imagine, just say 10 people. I had about 7 to 10 that I helped. That's from the least closest all the way down to the closest. Each year after year, I'm figuring out, I'm finding shit. Each year, I'm like, what the fuck going on? Yeah. My career ain't going right and shit because I'm focusing on the outside instead of what's camp. I'm sharing tears and crying inside the camp. You can't do that. As a fighter, you got to eat, breathe, and sleep it because this is a dangerous business. We're risking our lives. And now just imagine you risking your life going in there. You supposed to be focused, but you thinking on what's going on the outside and what happened because you can't get it together because you can't believe what's happening. Right. Like over and over and over. And you just thinking about all the shit you done from these people that they would have never been in where they are. Yeah. You know what I mean? In certain situations if it wasn't for you. And you didn't ask for nothing. You didn't get a dime. I'd have spent millions on people. You know what I'm saying? Over the years and calculating it up. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then with a person that ain't got no money, they asking you for money, and then when something don't go right, what's the main thing they say? You always talking about money. Why it always got to be a money? Motherfucker, you asking me for money. That's when you go back and tell them, man, I did this for you. I did. Why it always got to be about money? Right. Say what? Why is this conversation when you come to me it's always about money? You know, that's another thing you get tired of. But, you know, I had to go through so much and then him and then him and one of my kids' mother. You know what I'm saying? That my ex stole over $400,000 from me. 400? What? Oh, over $400,000 from me. She killed one of my childs because she couldn't get child support in the state that she was in that had a cap on it. So she wanted to move to California. Oh, see, that's where all the girls go
that's
to.
What, yeah, California
because them lawyers out there waiting on them, and the laws is a woman is innocent until proven guilty, and a man is guilty until proven innocent. Good luck. And don't have no money because they're going to extort you. Yeah. You understand me? Judges and lawyers knowing each other and all that, no telling, you know. And these times, motherfuckers freakies out here. They probably having sex with each other and shit and coming on and hitting your case down, you know what I mean? I done been through so much, bro. And to go through that and to have somebody that you done taken care of for years, a person, she was a person that lost her job she'd tell everybody she was a CPA, but you was a CNA, a certified nurse assistant. That's the lowest of the low in the hospital if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But you want to tell people you certain things because you want to look a certain part that you really not. You know what I'm saying? And now you lose your job as that. You can't even wipe ass right. You done lost your job wiping somebody's ass because you ain't wipe it right. He still stink. You know what I'm saying? And now you lose your job, you finna become homeless and you got 2 people you taking care of. So I end up getting her and moving her with me. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And helped her out and all that stuff. And this is how you repay me? Damn. I took the role of being your son father, not just a daddy, but a father. Right. I went in so hard, bro. I went in so hard to the point where I put them on my wheel. I had a meeting with my kids. I said, how y'all feel if I scoot y'all over? I scoot over a little slide and let somebody else get a little bit of it. And, you know, my kids are amazing. They're my best friends. And they was down with it. So I moved a little space over and added her son in on my motherfucking wing. You ain't even my son for real. Right. You know what I mean? Wow.
Yeah, that has to take a toll.
I put her in my wheel as well too. Yeah. You was just my girlfriend. You ain't even my wife.
I hope that still ain't dead now.
Yeah, man.
I hope that still ain't.
One time the dude told me. One time the son said, "You ain't my daddy." Now that's one thing you don't say to a man that ain't your daddy. Don't remind him that you ain't his daddy. You ain't. You know what I'm saying? Don't remind me that.
I know that, but you ain't got
right. After I done fed you, took you on all these trips, giving you a beautiful life. Yeah. I ain't your daddy. I'm put you on my wheel. Bro, when he did that, bro, I ran to my lawyer to try to get that, you know what I mean? Because I felt like I was finna have a heart attack. Seriously.
That's
you know
crazy.
What I mean? So I've been through a lot, bro.
It sounds like a lot to just be the guy.
It
right?
is.
Like if you the heavyweight champion, you're the guy and all of this. It's crazy because I wrote this the other day on my Twitter. I said, we as boxing fans owe Deontay Wilder more respect. And I say that because you was the last great American heavyweight.
Facts.
Like the guy that we could say as U.S., like, this is our guy.
You know what I'm saying?
It was you. And after you, it ain't
Nobody.
been.
And now they want you back. When their flesh is fed and they want to see whatever, because people only want to see you succeed or be successful to a certain point. It's a cap on there when it comes to people. You know what I mean? Because it get to a point where I'm gonna clap for you, whatever. Now you just going, now you're going too far. Then they tell me you're doing too much. Who doing too much? God is moving in my life. He's blessing me. I'm getting rightfully what's mine because my work ethic is stronger than yours. Now I'm doing too much. Now it's turned to your congratulations and stuff. Now it's all turned into jealousy and enviness. Now it's become the hate and all that and stuff like that. Why?
Right.
What did I do to you?
Right.
When you need something, you need your car broke down or you need something, who you run to?
Right.
I'm the only one you know, right? That's what you all. Who you
Now
the
they
only
want
person
you
I
back.
know.
You're right. Hold on. Why you think there's no American heavyweights anymore? That's like, yo, this is somebody like that could be the guy.
Because
it ain't even nobody we could say right now.
Because I was a rare situation. God, honest, truly blessed me with power, and to be able to have a daughter that was born with spinal bifida. So I had high motivation of being a champion. When I looked into a man's eyes, I already saw deep in it. I said, "You ain't finna beat me.
Right.
I'm fighting for my daughter. This ain't for me.
Right.
I ain't trying to get no money to get girls or buy expensive things and stuff. I want this money to take care of my daughter because she got medical bills. She I don't know nothing about no spinal bifida.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a scary feeling, so she needed it. So it's like, I got to go through you to get that money.
Right.
If I kill you, I kill you.
It is what it is.
I got to go get it. It's better than robbing and stealing.
Right.
I mean, that's the same thing, robbing and killing, I mean.
Yeah. Now you're right, though. Now you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And I got to my point. I got all the way to winning a medal, got all the way to becoming a champion, long-term champion, and then being one of the hardest punchers in boxing history.
Fact.
To this day! To this day!
Let's go!
Understand me?
I can lie, that's one of my favorite moments when you did that to Radio Raheem, nigga. I love that moment. I love that.
Do you think they be clickbaiting you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That media and stuff like that. What do you mean by your people?
Yeah.
That should make you mad. What you talking about? What you mean? You see
was
what's
dead
going on?
serious,
Yeah,
too.
because
You was
of
dead
the press conference stuff. You got this racist. Man, that's what the Fury situation. True racist. You got the racist people, and you seen them throw the Nazi sign up in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
True racist, a true cheater, the biggest cheater in boxing, and you talking. They doing that, all that talking. And you talking about, and I'm coming to talk about what I'm talking about because everybody know what I stand for, what I represent. As you can see up on the podium while we here. With the IBA, with just like
they say he asked you.
You understand me?
Yeah, that's a fact.
But that's internationally. You understand?
Right.
I done set my tone and I done set my place in mark in history that when they see me, they know what I stand for.
Yeah.
They know what I represent.
Sure.
They know what I come with. So come with me correctly. You understand? Because I'm not gonna fake it with you, and I don't want nobody to fake it with me. It's like if you're a racist, keep your cool. Keep who you are.
Right.
Keep that. And that's why I tell people in the South, because people get scared of the South. Oh, you from Alabama? Or, I'd rather be somewhere where I can see person for who they are. And they can
know what it is.
You understand me?
Yeah.
Than being in your face and then you don't like me and you going behind closed doors. Man,
Right.
I hate that nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I hate,
Nah,
you know
you're
what I
right.
mean? All
I
that.
prefer that too. I'd rather
feel
know
me?
that you
Come
you
on,
don't
man.
fuck me. All right, stay over there, I stay over here. And
We good.
yeah.
You know?
Nah,
but,
for sure.
This is the way life, but it's tough being the breadwinner of the family, especially when you don't have motivating spirits, around you, and you always trying to coach and motivate and protect and stuff, man. Like you your own person too. You got your own life. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got to deal with your health. I can't deal with my problems and deal with your problem too.
Right.
Just because you think I got money don't cure everything. It don't zip everything up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I tell you, I got 7 children. You gonna help me with my kids if I go broke? I don't think so. You gonna talk about all I bought and how I should have saved my money, but not one word gonna be mentioned of how much I gave you and your kids and help you out. You know what I mean?
Right
that ain't gonna
that.
be announced.
Yeah.
And then when you fall, they
move
happy for this shit.
Right.
I'm like, how you happy that I'm failing and I done help you come up? Your ass was failing and you need help and I brought you up. If anything, you're supposed to be the first one calling me. You okay? I'm thinking about you.
Right.
I just want to tell you I love you.
Right.
You understand me?
Right.
Or come out, I need to give you a hug. You know what I mean? People are so backwards in the world. What they say, what they do. It's just like a person can ask you for anything. It ain't gotta be money. But most times it's money. So we're gonna say money. Ask you for some money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're the only person that they know that can give it to you. They in a rough situation. They need this help, and you help them. All right, now you help them. You maybe help them. Let's say you maybe help them with a business idea or a plan or something. Mm-hmm. And over time, that business become successful. It become $1 million business.
Right.
But instead of you coming to me
to be like, yo, thank you.
I don't even want to be broken off.
Nah?
You feel? Because
I
I
want to be broke. Give me at least give me the money back that
I mean, if you give it back, then I'm not looking for it. You know what I mean? It's a surprise. Oh, okay. But even if you try to give it back, I'm like, that's yours. I didn't give it to you to give it back to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the problem with it. Like when I do things for people, I don't look for validation of you to give it back to me. I'm not surprised a lot. You know, some people never come up with it. Some like I got your money. You know what I mean? Keep it. I didn't give it to you to get to. This wasn't a loan. Because I understand.
Let me hold 100,000.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hold on. All right, let me ask you this though. All right, boxing question. There's a guy right now that people are calling the UK Deontay Wilder.
Who that?
Fabio Wardley.
Why they saying that?
Cause he's a guy that got a big bomb. He just got a lot of power.
Yeah.
He might not be the most skilled. Like there's other guys that may have more skills than him, but he punching shit.
Okay.
Do you feel like that? I don't know how much you've watched.
I only seen the Parker
the Parker
situation and stuff like that. I did see a little highlight. He did a cold goddamn slip and came down on the dude's chin.
Yeah.
Dude was too slow though. The reaction was low. I seen it coming. I'm like, damn, but he got him. He popped him good. You know what I mean? But that's just the heavyweight division. We all got power. Yeah. And if you get hit a certain way, it's over with.
But you don't think nobody is like a
Nah,
Wilder kind of like?
No, I'm a one punch knockout artist. Yeah. One punch. You feel me? A lot of guys is punches and bunches. Right. You know, I don't think it's gonna be another guy like me in many years because I'm God project. You understand me? I'm like Frankenstein. God was building me and making me, and he ain't done yet.
You always been like that?
Always.
Like one punch type of
always.
Recall to me, what was the first person, like I'm not even talking about boxing.
Yeah.
The first person like you had a fight with and you punched him out and you was like, oh yeah.
Under the oak tree in kindergarten.
Yeah, kindergarten?
They still
you got a nigga out kindergarten?
They still got the oak tree.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? So if I go back on the west side where I used to when I grew up and stuff, and I just want to reminisce or whatever, just because sometimes you may go down your hood and stuff, things have changed, and like, oh, you remember that?
Right.
You remember that story?
Right.
Man, we used to goddamn,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? All that and stuff, just reminiscing. Yeah. So, you know, every blue moon, I'll probably go back home and stuff and see certain things, and I'll pass by the old elementary. I'll see the old oak tree. It'll talk to me. It'll speak, and I'll wave back. You know what I mean? And keep going. Keep going. Wow. But, you know, those memories, you never forget. You know what I mean? Kindergarten, I never forgot my first. And I don't even, you know, he picked with me. I never.
What's his name? Remember his name?
I do. I ain't
gonna say that.
I ain't gonna give him that.
You got to say.
I do too.
Yeah.
But, you know, a lot of the guys that I had situations with, you know, fights many times and stuff like that, man, it's like, that's what I love about age and growth. You know what I'm saying? Growing and your age is rising as well, because it's a bad look when you getting older and your ass still immature. You know what I'm saying? You still acting like a child. You still think like a child, do of a child. Of course, many people have child spirit still inside them and stuff like that, of course. You know what I mean? Sometimes as you grow in your body, you don't realize what you are or who you are. You know what I mean? You just like, this is me. I just live life. Right. You know, the other person like, damn, he childish. Right. She childish. But, you know, damn, what was the question?
Nah, we was talking about when you got the power, and then you say how you was reminiscent with the oak tree, and then we came to that.
Right,
you know
and why did I get on all that?
I don't know, but I was fucking with it though.
I was
vibing with it though. Yeah, it was good though. I forgot too, man, nigga. That was good though. I ain't gonna lie, I was with that. All right. Nah, for sure. All right, listen, hold up. I'm mad at you though, nigga. I'm mad at you.
Damn,
I'm mad at you.
I gotta sit up now.
Yeah, I'm mad at you because The one fight that I wanted to see, and
What?
I've been bomb squad.
That
since
ain't my fault.
Anthony Joshua.
It ain't
nigga.
my
You
fault.
and Anthony,
That
I
ain't
feel
my
like
fault.
we missed out on that
Bro,
was supposed to happen,
That's
man.
not my fault.
How? But how did that not
It's his
happen?
fault. It's his fault.
You think
And
he ain't wanted or
bro,
something? Like,
look,
come
look,
on.
Listen.
Wilder, Deontay, that was the one right there.
Ooh, don't make me reminisce about that. That was another. Damn. Oh shit. Boy. You know they say don't think about old situations because you still feel the emotions of it. You understand me? Man, like I tried everything. I even took a low percentage when I was the man. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you got other guys. They gave Joseph Parker 33%. They gave him 1%. They gave me a flat fee. I said, y'all gonna because they never wanted it.
Right.
They never wanted it to happen. You know, with his promoter and the promoter father, they said they don't care he ever fight me. I was never in his plan because they molded him. When you got a guy and you modifying, you molding him into that, you know, you ain't gonna put him in dangerous fights like that.
Oh, you saying Joshua?
Of course. You're not, and they words are golden. You know what I mean? Words manifest when you put them out. They said they had no interest in me. I was never in their plan to fight. They don't care if they never fight me, and that's what they did. You don't think that 50 million was real?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, who's turning down 50?
Bro. I was authorized to send him that message. My people, Deontay, tell him we got it for him. When he did that interview, give me 50 million.
Right.
When he did that, they came up with they sponsors and people, whoever, to, you know what I mean, want to get this. They knew it was going to be a big deal. So they weren't worried about 50 million. They was going to give him that up front because they know the overhead would be more.
Right.
We'll make a lot more on pay-per-view and stuff like that too.
Right.
So they were like, all right, we just going to give it to him. So they called me and said, Deontay, tell him, get on your social media and put it out there. So immediately I did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of certain, you know, his fans or certain his people or whatever being happy about this shit, like, nigga, take that 50 million.
Right.
Oh, it ain't real. You live in Alabama and all that. Bitch,
Like, how you got 50?
We got billionaires in Alabama.
Yeah.
You stupid.
Right.
Why people are always stuck on where you from? That don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? I don't even believe in the saying of when you're in a big city, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Because I feel like if you're in a small city that's less fortunate and have less support and things that you want, if you can make it out of there, you can make it anywhere. If you can make it out of a small situation into a big area and you done made it,
Right.
the small area was much harder than the bigger area because in this big area you got opportunities, you got resources, you got connections that you can get because everybody here.
Right.
Now, if you on this one little island, let's consider a place, an island. You feel me? That's how the imagination we gonna get. We on the island, you got little resources, and you still make it from there.
Yeah.
Which one is the better? That's just like a terminology of you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Right.
And if you're one that believe in that bullshit, you just as good as that. Can't teach an old dog new. Why not?
Yeah.
You mean my brain can't soak up now? My sponge can't soak up no more water. You just as good as that. You alive while being dead.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Nah, that
all
makes
those
sense.
different things like that. But that fight, man, I really wanted it. Dude reached out to me.
Personally?
Personally.
Okay.
He reached out to me, and he wanted to know, what's the money real? I'm like, of course it's real. I'm going to show you. You know what I mean? You know, my people, you know, they ain't going to, you know, what they going to, why would my people tell him, what's up, let's get it on, if it's not real? We ain't got time to play around.
But what did he say when you told him it was real?
Everything I told dude, he went back and told his master. Everything. And that right there really...
You mean Eddie Hearn, basically.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Because he controls them and stuff like that. You the fighter. You supposed to control your own destiny and thing. If you really want to fight as bad as you say you do, ain't nobody gonna stop you from that. Ain't no legacy gonna stop you from that. You understand me? And nobody, whatever plans they got for you in their head or whatever, ain't gonna stop you from that. Because guess what? This is a lot of money right here on the table to feed the family. Why am I gonna turn this up? Because no matter what, if I'm scared or not, I'm finna take that fight. I truly believe he wanted it, but his people definitely didn't want it, and then he was convinced. more not to take. I think he had Fury as well.
Yeah.
But on the other side of $50 million, I'm
I will let you
overcoming
punch
my
me
fear
out.
right
I will
now.
let you punch me out for $50
I ain't
million,
lying.
Deontay. I'm
Come
telling you
on,
right
bro.
now. All right, hold up. Is that possible now?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
I still wanted to see it. I ain't gonna lie. I still want to see
It's still the biggest fight in the world.
I
People
still want to
talk
see
about that joint like that's what they want. That's what they want. Not
That's
like,
how I see it. I would like if you go fight Chisora and just set up the big joint with AJ with the, come on, man.
It's coming down. I think it's like along with the Usyk situation that comes this, all right, that still lingers around and stuff like that a lot. That still is a question that an answer that people want to know in a fight that people want to see. And I tell them all the time, I'm still active. I'm still here. He's still active. He's still here as well.
Yeah.
So eventually, we shall meet if we both want it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We will meet. You know what I'm saying? But if one don't want it, it ain't gonna never happen. And I'm a big believer of speaking things in the universe, and they'll come to pass. And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If they say that they don't care if they never fight me at all, then you gotta hold them to their word. So I don't put energy in things that I can't control. I only put energy in what I can, because if you put energy in shit you can't control, man, you gonna go crazy.
You're right.
You gonna be in a health jeopardy. You know what I'm saying, with your emotions and all the things going on, because you worrying about this situation. I can't control it, so why are you worrying about it?
Right.
Sharing tears and stuff like that. Are you mad at the world? Are you doing whatever? Not saying this was me doing that situation. I'm just speaking hypothetically. And you know what I mean? It'll drive you crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But like I said, we still in this business, and we hope that something can happen. And if not, then it'll be a shame.
Yeah.
But I don't have no more. I don't have no more feelings for that fight no more. I put everything into it, bro. My people would tell everybody.
Right.
We know the truth. They know the truth. The masses, the fans in boxing, some of them know the truth. Majority of them don't. You know what I mean? That's when you'll get knuckleheads blaming me and shit.
Right,
what the fuck I did? I don't want to offer him money.
Right,
He ain't offered me damn thing.
Nah, that makes sense. I guess you just get the blame because you was the top guy, so you just blame the top guy. But last question. Terrence Crawford came out recently. He mentioned the WBC. He said, he felt like, I don't feel like I should be having to pay these fees. And then, Mauricio Suleiman came and he's like, well, the fees are supposed to go to helping the fighters, I guess, once they retire, and retirement funds and all of that. And I mean, you was the WBC champ. Like, if anybody knows, you know. Can you explain to me, how do you feel just about with a situation where the belts are and, them charging fees, and just how the organizations are right now?
Well, if anyone has kept up with me, they know how I feel about that situation. I've spoken about it many a time, how as fighters we risk our lives for others' entertainment, and people try to take advantage of us all the time. All the time, they try to steal from us, they try to take it advantage. Not saying that the WBC was trying to steal from him, but just in the business of boxing, this is what happened. I think all of us, every last one of us, have gotten stolen from, in this business. That's why certain people trying to take away the Ali Act now. You know what I'm saying? And we come up, we risk our lives and stuff. If you don't risk your life for your job or for your money, you'll never know the severeness and the things that you have to go through mentally to prepare for a funeral. Because you don't know if you coming out of that motherfucker like you came in it. Right. You just don't know.
Right.
So just imagine you got somebody saying, I want you to hold my belt, but to hold my belt is a price for it. Well, how much you make depends on how much it's gonna be. You're like, you what? And what do I get for paying you? Well, you get this belt. You're the champion or whatever. So when I whoop the champion ass that got it, that don't automatically make me a champion. Well, you need this belt. You know what I'm saying? You need this belt to show. Just imagine. So with these fees, you're gonna have to pay it. You know what I'm saying? Each and every time you defend it. If you're a fighter and you got responsibilities, you got kids and stuff like that, you got goals and dreams you want to do and stuff, and you done risk your life for this one night, this one fight. I deserve to get at least all the portion of my money. I know I got to pay my managers and all them and trainers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But damn, And now I got to pay for this belt too? How much it is, bro? $300,000. Say what?
Right.
300,000? Where that going?
Right.
Well, it's going to, broke down fighters, you know what I'm saying? Medical bills, ones that ain't got no money and stuff. Really? Show me the proof. Let me see. Or how much is going, if it is going, because you could tell that $25 could go to it. That's
Right.
to feed the children fee right there.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How much is going to it? Let me see the proof of thing. Where is that public knowledge, public information on that and stuff? Something got to be seen or whatever, and let's see.
Right.
And it should be a long history of it, over decades and decades of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? A history, not just now or last year or the last 5 years. You should be able to show 20, 30 years of this stuff.
Where the money's going.
Where it's going. And that's the only, for me, I understand that this is a business and everybody got to make money. And people try to find any type of way to make money. Just like I've always said, it's too many belts in boxing. Who is the champion?
Right.
Who? You got so many belts because they looking to get fees off of these belts. Just like Terrence said, they in high-end hotel. They could have been over here, this seven-star hotel over here.
Right.
Off of your expense.
Right.
They eating whining and dining octopuses, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Caviar,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Both them fees.
You know what I'm saying? Escargot,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm giving me a fucking red snapper on that joint too.
Right.
Give me an avocado toast too. I mean, go and put them gold flakes on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It might not even have a taste, but I can say I had gold on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
that's all off of the fighter's expense and stuff. And that's what he was talking about. Half of the time we can't even get motherfuckers to pay for our medical bills when we get in there, and you're supposed to have insurance for everything we in boxing you have to do on your own. It's not a sport. It's a business, truly. So when he say these things, I understand. As a fighter, you understand it. I've been saying it for years. You understand me? And and so when you're a fighter and you seeing all that money coming out your purse, and you might have bills to pay. Nobody don't know what's going on in your life. You may see a $50 million check, but that you ain't getting all that.
Yeah.
It's the gross and net.
Yep.
You understand me? You ain't going home with all that. And then on top of I got paying my managers and training. On top of this, I got to pay my manager and trainer. Just imagine they percentage, and them percentages is depending on what y'all agree on.
Yeah.
Some of these guys out here making 33%. So imagine 33% off of $50 million, bro.
It's a third of your check already.
That's a lot. That right there, man. I done retired now.
Right.
I can go home and retire. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what lifestyle you have, for sure.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's all for somebody that had to risk their life. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody that had to go in not knowing if they're going to come out even healthy or whatever going on. Depends on the blows that they hit. And now I'm getting all this money. I ain't had to do shit. You know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw. I'm getting it.
Yeah.
I can be cheering for you, but talking bad about you right here, but I'm going to get paid and stuff like that. See, it's so many things that what he was talking about going there, and people would never understand it because they're not in the business. They're not a fighter. They don't understand the emotions that comes with this, that you have to do, and you think like, what? Now, let's go back. Now, I don't have a serious problem with sanctioning fees because everybody got to make their money, right? And you want to be a champion and be ordered to be a champion, you carry the belt. Some people like to have, a prideful to have things or whatever. But if you're going to do the sanction fees, I think sanction fees should have a cap on it. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Have a cap on it. This is the low and this is the highest we can go no matter how much you make.
Right.
Everybody be happy, bro.
That feels
I done
fair.
I done solved the problem.
That feels fair. I like that. That feels fair.
I solved it.
You right. That
You know
feels
what I
fair
mean?
to me.
So
That feels
now
fair to me.
it's cool. Everybody cool. You get a little bit, I take a lot home because I risk more than you.
Right.
You understand me? I risk my life and ain't nothing more precious than life. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got kids. And my kids, my best friends. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna provide for them the best way I can. So it's so much up in that right there. And, I'm glad he's speaking out finally, you know what I mean? Because it was another fighter that that was talking about Terrence and now he got money and all this. Now he want to speak out. You know, because Terrence always been quiet. You know what I mean? He don't say nothing. That is a coincidence, though.
Yeah.
I kind of agree, though. They're like, you got that money make you goddamn. Like, fuck you and you. My name Chuck. I drive a truck, and I like to, you know what.
Yo, man, listen, let's leave it right there, man. Come on. We got the bronze bomber himself, Mr. Deontay Wilder. Dope episode of Cigar Talk, man. We out of here.
Yeah, baby. Bomb Squad!